Hi everyone, and welcome yet again to another episode on the Unique Life podcast with me, Yannick. I hope you guys are okay. You're taking it easy as always, and that you are allowing yourself to be human, but most importantly, that you continuously show love to other people despite how they may be treating you and how you may be feeling. So on that note, on today's episode, that is what I want to talk about. First of all, I'm okay. You didn't ask, but I just want to let you know that I'm okay, because I always ask you guys how you guys doing, and I hope you guys are good. So I'm letting you know that I am okay. So for today's episode, that is what I want to talk about. Allowing yourself to be human, but most importantly, showing love to other people and grace to other people. That is so important, showing grace to other people. So I'm going to share a story with you guys, and actually something that happened, something that I've been going through personally. So it's been weeks now, honestly speaking. It's been maybe like a full month, if not more than that, where I just really felt disconnected from God. I really felt like I cannot hear anything what he's saying. I can't hear what God is saying. I'm literally just going out there and be like, God, if this is you, please bless it, or if it's not you, do the most, So that is where I've been finding myself that is where I've been finding myself mentally as well as spiritually, especially in my walk with God. And I think it was 2 days back, and I was just, what is really going on? Like, what is going on? But then there would be times when, prior to 2 days ago, where I'll have this thing of like, I'm prideful, but like random things that come in, and I'm like, how am I prideful? Like, I don't see myself as someone that is prideful. And 2 days back, it came again, and I was like, no, man, am I being prideful? Where I really stopped in my tracks, and I was like, I tried to look within me, and I'm like, am I being prideful? And yet again, I go back and I'm like, what is pride actually? Like, what is this thing? And I watched a video on YouTube of a pastor, it's like a pastor. It was like a teaching, like 30 minutes teaching, where this pastor was just going through what is pride, why shouldn't we be prideful, going through scriptures of pride and so forth. And after watching that, I was like, yeah, no, I've been prideful. I've been prideful, because there are a lot of times where I found myself not praying. Like, I can't pray. I can't get myself to pray. And actually there was a reel I watched on Instagram, and that was the catalyst to all of this, of like me actually being like, oh wow, am I being prideful? Because this person was saying prayerlessness is an indication of pride. If you cannot pray, it's an indication that there is some sort of pride inside of you. And many people may debate against that. And I get where they could be coming from. Like, some people generally don't have the words to pray, but it's a different situation when you have so many things to pray about. You have so many things to talk to God about, but you just cannot find yourself to pray because you feel like you are some sort of superior to that, like you don't need God. So in a nutshell, that is what pride is, and that is where I've been finding myself unaware, like really unaware, just being like, I can't pray, like I don't have time to pray, or I can't find the time to do it, stuff like that. So yeah, and after watching that video, it was really just where I had to look within me and being like, okay, this is where I let pride come into my life, and this is where I need to fix it, and this is how I need to fix it. Because of course, the only way that you can solve pride in your life is by being humble, is by humbling yourself before God. And we all know God doesn't like. Being prideful is an abomination to God. It's an abomination. That is what it says in the Bible. It's an abomination to God. So, yeah, that is something I want to talk about. Pride, making things about us, always being, no, what about me? What about how I feel? First of all, when you are dealing with other people, and especially if you say that you are a Christian, most times your feelings don't matter. And I know my generation, the Gen Zs, want to hear that, because we all like, I'm cutting you off. You're not, what did they say? Something like, you're not promoting my peace, or you're not my safe place, or you triggering me. That is so triggering to me. We cut you off, like literally, like where's the scissors? Let's cut this person out of our lives. That's how we are. We are so nonchalant. We don't care. We don't have feelings. Certain things we just be like, it is what it is. Literally, we'd be like, it is what it is. But I want to talk to you, and I want to tell you that if you are someone that, if you do not show grace to other people, firstly, who's going to do it if you don't do it? And why should God show grace to you if you can't show grace to them? If you cannot be forgiving, why should you be forgiven? If you cannot put things in the past, why should other people forget about your mistakes? Why should God forget about your sins if you cannot forget about the sins of those people? Why? It doesn't really make sense. It doesn't really make sense, because we would so often go to God and be like, oh God, forgive me. But then, when that person walks in, you'll be like, hey, I don't like that person. And I'll never forgive them for what they did to me 20 years ago. Yay! 20 minutes ago, you were there asking God for forgiveness and expecting Him to forgive you 20 minutes ago. But you can't forgive someone who sinned against you 20 years ago. You see, it doesn't add up. It really doesn't add up. And I remember in my DTS, there was this situation where, someone really upset me so much. And I spoke to leaders and stuff like that. And I told them, like, what was the situation? What happened? And they just told me that I should show grace to this person. And I remember this one time, I was so tired of hearing that, because literally that's all they'll be preaching. Whenever someone does you wrong, you'll be like, show grace to them, be understanding and so forth. And this African girl, I just went there into the prayer room. And I was like, I'm tired of showing grace. I'm tired of showing grace. And in that moment, it was like, God literally, because I was in the prayer room, God literally convicted me, and He was like, your name literally means God is gracious. Because that's what my name means. Yannick means God is gracious. So now I am there shouting, and I'm like, no, I'm tired of showing grace to these people. And God reminds me, like, your name literally means God is gracious. So if you're not showing grace, it doesn't add up. Because you're supposed to be an embodiment of grace. You're supposed to be an embodiment of kindness, and kindness beyond measure, actually. And kindness beyond it making sense. That is supposed to be you. But now you are there saying you can't give grace to these people. And personally, there's so many things I've done in my life, messed up things that I've done in my life, certain things that I probably still do. And I would ask God for grace. I'd ask God to forgive me. But now I don't want to forgive. You see? So, yeah, man. Let's talk about that. Why is it that we are finding ourselves in a generation and among people who preach cutting off? People who preach against grace. People who preach against feeling, loving, showing kindness, forgiveness. We've become such a, I don't know if this is the right word, but this is the only word that can come towards me. I'm also a Gen Z, so these terms, they come. We've become a generation that is so toxic, man, in our relationships with other people, whether that be romantic, friendships, family. We've just become so toxic. And we'll be like, no, we need to cut them off because they are toxic. But you don't realize that you are creating a toxic environment for yourself. You don't realize that. You don't realize that you are saying, no, we need to get out of all these chemicals that are toxic. Meanwhile, this place is already reeking of toxins. It's full, it's green inside of here because of the toxins that you have allowed in your life. And just picture, just imagine how much weight will be off your shoulders if you really just showed grace and love. You know, trying to understand where that person comes from, no matter how messed up it may be. Honestly speaking, there are some people that, you know, you just really need to let go of. You need to, because even God has convicted you about this. There are people that are just not aligned according to the path God has set for you. You understand? There are people that come to derail you. There are people that come to influence you negatively and so forth. But then you find people wanting to cut off their mothers, people wanting to cut off their family members, friends that they have been with for how many years. And honestly, these are people that really have kept you in line. But because of this one thing that they did, now all of a sudden you can no longer stand their presence. You can no longer you can no longer tolerate them because of that small little thing that they've done. No. We say that we don't want toxic people in our lives, but we've actually become toxic. We have become the toxic people. No, really, like, even myself, there's some introspection that I need to do, like really in-depth introspection, and literally like just surf through it all, and, you know, time by time, looking at all these situations. Because honestly, I know I'm easy. I'm fast and quick with the block. Fast and quick, easy. You won't have to ask me twice. You don't have to ask me twice. But there are, as I said, there are people that you really need to sit down with them, understand where they are coming from, understand the situation, understand the circumstances under which they made certain decisions, and then take it from there. But you can't just be you just cut people just like that. You're like, gone, just like that. No, man. Because those, whether we like it or not, certain people in our lives, even those ones that irritate us so much, they are in our lives to teach us valuable lessons. They are in our lives to take us towards somewhere. I don't know where. Only God knows that. But there are people that are really vital for our growth. There are people that are really vital for not only our growth spiritually, but also our growth in life, you know. Your growth in terms of finance. People who challenge you with the knowledge that you have. People who challenge you with the things you do. So now if you cut them off, and that is supposed to be the person that you're supposed to be running this race with, it's gonna be a long one. Because there's this thing that says you go further when you are a lot. I don't know the direct words for it or the direct phrase, but it's something like or I think it's a bank slogan or something. Further together. Is it FNB? I don't know. But basically, when you want to go further in life, when you want to go fast, go alone. When you want to go fast to the next thing, you know, you just want your life to be a sprint. But then, life is not a sprint. Life is a marathon. So for you to go further in this life, and for you to achieve all those things and all the purposes which God has destined for you, most of the time it's when you are in a unit, when you are in a circle of people, when you are in a group, that's when you go further. That's when you truly reach your potential to which God has destined for you. So, yeah, man, that is my conviction. That is my conviction. And often sometimes we allow pride. I feel like that is also a main thing. That is the main thing, actually, on why we've become such people of, oh no, get away from me. Leave me alone. That is why we have become such nonchalant people, because of pride. We are prideful people, and that's why we are so easy to cut off people. We are prideful people. That's why we are so easy to not show grace, to not show love. We have become prideful people. We've become a toxic, proud generation. That is what we've become, a toxic and proud generation. Because I cannot go and, even though now I know, okay, no, it's been a week since I haven't spoken to my friend, and I want to talk about the situation that happened. Let me go back and let me go fix it with them. Oh no, I'm not going to do that. Why should I do that? She's the one that did me wrong. She's the one that should come and apologize to me. She's the one that should initiate the conversation. She's the one. I'm perfect. I don't need to do that. I'm perfect. I live in a glass castle. Nobody can tell me anything. It's spotless. It's clean down here. That is what we've become. So proudful. No, what is proudful? So prideful. We've become so prideful. So, yeah, even me myself, I'm not talking here because these are my convictions that God has given to me personally. So I'm literally just sharing with you the thought process that has been going on in my mind and how God has been convicting me. Honestly speaking, I feel like right now, this is where He has been convicting me on all of this. Because before I started this, I was like, I don't know what to talk about today. Lord, please give me a topic. Give me something to talk about. So this is literally God convicting me and God convicting you. So guys, no, it's bad. We really need to go back and we need to sit with ourselves and we need to clean ourselves out. Yeah, we need to take out the trash in our own lives. And that is not people. That is attitudes, that is mindsets, that is patterns that we have developed over the years, and that is the trash that we need to take out. Because so many times we'll be like, no, we need to take out the trash, and we would reference that trash to being people. No, it's not people, it's your mindset, it's your pattern, it is your attitude that you need to take out. That is what you need to take out. You need to take out the trash in your life. I know, right? I know, right? Yes, man. Like, just imagine how the world will be like. Because I've seen by the stats, there's literally people, you guys are listening from all over the world. And just imagine how different the world would be if we just showed grace to each other. Whether you're a Christian, whether you're not. Just show grace to each other. It doesn't have to be like, oh, do you believe in Jesus? Okay, I'm going to show grace to you. Oh, you don't believe in Jesus? Okay, I'm not going to show grace to you. I don't like you. No, show grace to people. Just show grace to people. It reminds me of this, how one of the founders in South Africa of the Satanic Church, he literally encountered Jesus by someone giving him a hug. Just a random lady giving him a hug. Just a hug. And that guy encountered Jesus just by a hug. So, can you just imagine what change we would bring to the world if only we had such love and such grace in our hearts for other people? Can you just imagine the change it would make? That is it for today's episode. I know I'm ending it off very abruptly, but in closing, I would like to say, take out the trash in your life and be humble. Serve other people. Serve other people. Because also another thing is we've become so prideful now that we cannot even serve other people because it is all about me. Like, we've reached the highest and highest of pride that you cannot serve other people. Even in your house, your very house. Serve other people. Even when nobody else is doing it, nobody else wants to do it. You do it. You do it. Even though they don't clap hands for you, even though they don't recognize, even though they don't see it. You do it. Because you are serving them. You are serving them. You are doing it out of a serving heart. And in the Bible, Jesus, when the disciples was like, Lord, who will be the greatest, whatever. That will be like the greatest person is the one that serves. How are you serving other people? How are you, not even far. We're not even going to go far to church, whatever. How are you serving the people in your house? You'll be like, oh no, I didn't do the dishes. I didn't make those dishes. I'm not going to wash it. Oh no, the floor is dirty. I didn't dirty the floor, so I'm not going to clean it. Oh no, I didn't, so I'm not going to do it. How are you serving? How are you serving? Because at the end of the day, you can never be humble. You can never identify someone as humble if you cannot serve other people. If you cannot get out of your comfort zone to serve other people, no. You cannot identify yourself as humble. You can't. Your dad said, oh Lord, I humble myself before you, but you can't humble yourself before your family. Come on, man. Let's be real right now. Let's be real. You cannot say, Lord, I humble myself before you in prayer, but you cannot even do that to your own family. You cannot even put your own needs and things aside for your own family. And yet again, I'm saying, as much as this may be convicting you, it's convicting me just as much. God is convicting me just as much. So guys, I think now, I think that is where I want to end the episode off. That is where I want to say bye to you guys for now. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode, and I hope you are convicted. It's not a happy, no. Go and check yourself and take out the trash. That is what I want to say. And be humble. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Please do give us a like. Give us a rating. Follow us on Spotify and Apple Podcast, whichever platform you're listening on to. And right now I saw that Spotify, you can now comment on the podcast. So if you didn't see that feature, I'm telling you about it now. So be the first to comment down this episode. Tell me what you're thinking. Tell me what's going on in your head. What are you going through? And how has God been convicting you? Whether it's related to this or something else, just share with us. We would love to hear from you. Don't forget to follow us on our socials, on Instagram and on TikTok. We're there. Send a screenshot of you listening. Whether that is on WhatsApp, it doesn't matter. Just send a screenshot of you listening so that I can repost it and also I can see the numbers in reality. I'm like, okay, so this is who's listening. Love you guys so much, and thank you to all the loyal listeners. Really, you guys are awesome. You guys are awesome, man. I love you guys. Hope you enjoy your day. That is it from me today. Bye.